part of the fire, but how did you get up? I done got rich and went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been bottling this.
We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. First carry for Dalvin Cook. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. The Viking ball carrier.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
Second and 9 now from the 21. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. He will find the rookie from LSU. That's Justin Jefferson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards there and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. Their own 25-yard line. So the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Wilson. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. 3rd down.
Watch the slip. Watch the slip. 25. 25. One left. One left. One pass. One pass. Check right 54. Right 59.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And complete here to Carlos Hyde. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. That's good. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
On first down, Wilson. And they've got the hookup. This is Olsen. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The end result, 21 yards.
And that's good for another Seahawks. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. That's going to be caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Throwing again here, Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. J.K. Dobbins, the one he was looking for. But it'll be second and goal. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out and giving the ball back to their offense.
Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He's got his man, that's Josh Gordon. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. An excellent gain, 35 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
Here we go. Deep. All day. Defense. All day. 19. Check 43. Mike 50.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Give to Cook out of the gun. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Cook on the carry.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And this is going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line.
At their own 42-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And some space here. 30. 10. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings.
Dan Bailey lining up.
And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit. Extra point up and good by Bailey. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 45 yards. Under pressure, and he will go down. down. Sack back at the 38. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. After the sack on first down, Wilson, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check 52. Gun.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got Lockett. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I don't think you got it, sir.
On 2nd and 1, Wilson flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Michael Dixon to kick off for
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
First down, here's the run to Cook. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now Kaepernick throwing on 2nd down. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Now Myers for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
Seahawks 28, Vikings 14. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
A long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
And he'll be taken down right around the 27. He was taken down by Quentin Dunbar.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 27-yard line.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. 5 yards remain on 2nd down.
Check, 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 check. 54 mark, 54 mark. 91. 54. Tackles, tackles. Hey, one set.
To throw, Kaepernick. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Philip Dorsett, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jordan Brooks brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Throwing right, and that's complete. And nothing but daylight ahead. 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before half for Kaepernick. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This is DJ Reed returning. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
Reed on the return. The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
2nd and 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
At the 33-yard line.
Wilson will throw again. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
And 6 yards to go.
So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Again, Wilson. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
Kaepernick going to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now fourth down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
They're going for it. It's Kaepernick. Escaping the pressure right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. To throw again. Wilson. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. 14. He's crossing. Got it.
Now it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
They're going to need some therapy after this. Mike 50, Mike 50. Cut. Hey, check 24. Check 1 left.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. Oh, wide open. Complete. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. 49 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and
From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. J.K. Dobbins. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. The extra point now coming from Myers. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs.
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic. Faking it. I can understand you want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to
did the
preserve.
same. It smelled terrible.
the Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Back to the air on second down. It's Kaepernick. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jordan Brooks in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career.
Third down.
Kaepernick now on 3rd and goal. And that will be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a hit and a loose football. The dive unsuccessful. The big fella can't pick it up.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, "You better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game," and we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down.
On the tackle.
On second down, here's Kaepernick. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play.
Vikings 14.
The Vikings on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
Minnesota.
And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field. And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
And he puts it through.
Makes the score Seahawks 41, Vikings 21.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now it's Hyde on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up. Past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
The tackle made at the 36.
Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 36, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Play action. It's Wilson. Flush. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
And Russell Wilson gets sacked, and he tied for the most sacks in the NFL last season with 48 in total. But Seattle likes to throw the ball deep, so that means you're going to take more time to get the ball downfield. Sometimes the offensive line can't hold up, and he ends up hitting the deck on those plays.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. On 1st down, Dobbins breaks a tackle. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
7-yard line.
Hey, 0-0-0. Check Mike 54.
Now it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
6 yards puts him right on the doorstep, but now it'll be 4th and goal.
6 yards. Brings up 4th down and goal.
They're going for it with Dobbins. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone. And in this one, he's sort of... Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That's complete right around the 8. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
That is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Kaepernick. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The Vikings on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's again to Cook. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 3 yards.
Kaepernick to throw for it on 4th. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's
just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Escaping the pressure right. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Kaepernick now on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Jordan Brooks bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
2nd down.
Kaepernick to throw on 2nd down. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Kaepernick, they're going for it on 4th. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup.
They go play action now. Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go. One left. Check, watch 54, watch 54.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. It's caught inside the 25. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will extend this big lead.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They got his man complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts.
To number 15.
As the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The rookie Cameron Dantzler picks it. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
By the Vikings. They'll take over 1st and 10.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. One final try for Kaepernick. We've seen this before. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Seahawks, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.